Nancy Pelosi is nuttier than a Costco-sized bag of trail mix. Video is brought to you by the Off Tatum Store. The Off Tatum Store. Get the link in the description section. Y'all know what it is. Let's get into this. Nancy Pelosi / see now I had a stroke and I'm talking and I should be at the house or the nursing home getting treatment looking, but is out here saying that the House should proceed with articles of impeachment to impeach President Trump. This is the most deranged thing that I've heard in the history of my life, especially in the history of politics. You're talking about a partisan investigation, a partisan vote to impeach a duly elected president. 63 plus million people voted so that President Trump can be our president. He has accomplished more than any president that I've known in my lifetime because he's not a part of the swamp and he's not a swamp creature. I don't care what he did before he was president. I don't care how many people he was grabbing and stabbing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I care what the man is doing as the president of the United States of America. One of the greatest economies we've ever seen. People are off of food stamps by the millions. People are unemployed historically. I mean, we could go down the list. His partnership and his respect around the world is beyond imagination. Remember the guy who's the ISIS leader? Well, he got smoked. All of these things that the president is doing. Conservative people on the bench. After a while, he's going to have 3 conservatives that he put into the Supreme Court justice. President Trump is doing exactly what he ran on, and he's accomplishing a lot. But without further ado, I want you to listen to the senile fool, Nancy Pelosi, get up and say that she want to order the articles of impeachment. Mind you, I had to cut it down because I know you don't want to hear all the ridiculous stuff she said, but I'll give you the sound bites of what it sounds like to me.
When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the president's failure to faithfully execute the law. They therefore created a constitutional remedy to protect against a dangerous or corrupt leader. The American people have heard the testimony of truly patriotic career public servants. I commend our committee chairs and our members for their somber approach to actions which the president had not made necessary. Democrats, too, are prayerful, and we will proceed in a manner worthy of our oath of office. So help us God. Thank you.
Now, if she ain't just as senile as Joe Biden, I don't know what to say. Then after she gave that brain dead explanation of why she should proceed with impeachment, you can look up the full speech on your own time. After she gave that statement, somebody in the media and the news press asked her, why do you hate the president? Referring to one of the Republicans said that the only reason they're doing impeachment because they hate President Trump. Here is how she reacted to this. Another senile moment, ladies and gentlemen. Roll the film.
Like the guy.
That has nothing to do with it. Let me just say this.
I think it's an important
I
point.
think the president is a coward when it comes to helping our kids who are afraid of God. He is cruel when he doesn't deal with helping our dreamers, of which we're very proud. I think he's in denial about the climate crisis.
Now, if you don't think she's off her rocker and she's almost in the same nursing home as Joe Biden and fell off the reservation, looked like a dentist ready to fall out, her brain not working straight. Now, I'm not trying to get mad or belittle anybody that's elderly, somebody that's up in age, but come on, man. When your links ain't connecting and your mouth don't connect with your brain and your ears and all of that don't work, you probably need to calm down. You probably need to step down and let somebody who's more youthful take over that position because you're screwing it up for everybody. But this is the grand finale, ladies and gentlemen. They've already spoken about the proceedings that they had that Adam Schiff led, and they had all of these hearings, and they all were BS. And Elise Stefanik totally dominated. And I just want to put this in a nutshell. They literally, methodically, the Republicans, went through and asked every single person that they brought before them, all the witnesses, do you have material facts? Do you have evidence that that President Trump did a quid pro quo? They are just completely without words. They cannot even answer the question. So all of this that we've seen in these proceedings have been people's opinions. And they not only have been people's opinions, but they've been opinions about third-party information. Now, I'm going to give you just a quick overview of what the hearings in Adam Schiff's control, what they sound like. And Ms. Stefanik did a perfect job at just running this down. Watch this video.
Sondland, you testified that you never received any direct confirmation or specific information as to why there was a hold on aid.
That's correct.
And in fact, you testified, quote, President Trump never told me directly that the aid was conditioned on the investigations, end quote.
That's correct.
You said, quote, never heard those words from the president, correct?
Correct.
Instead, you testified that in your September 9th call with President Trump, the president said, quote, no quid pro quo. I want nothing. I want nothing. I want President Zelensky to do the right thing, do what he ran on, end quote. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And the fact is, the aid was given to Ukraine without any announcement of new investigations.
That's correct.
And President Trump did, in fact, meet with President Zelensky in September at the United Nations, correct?
He did.
And there was no announcement of investigations before this meeting?
Correct.
And there was no announcement of investigations after this meeting?
That's right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was Adam Schiff. Now, little weird body, little short stack. I call him short stack. Little short stack is now involved and in control. And Matt Gaetz just obliterated the witnesses. And I'm telling, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, after this hearing, Nancy Pelosi wants to pursue impeachment. After this one right here that I'm about to show you, after Matt Gaetz just ran them through the floor and showed the world why they're incompetent. Mind you, there were 4 professors. The Democrats only asked questions to 3 professors, liberal, Trump-hating professors that they already predetermined. The 4th one was a person that the Republicans had a chance to choose, and he opposed almost everything that they said. All the Democratic talking points he opposed. They didn't ask him probably one question. The bias behavior is asinine to me. Listen to Matt Gaetz destroy them, and this is pretty much the end of the video. There's nothing else to watch. It's over. Everybody in America should watch this, share this, and you know why the Democrats ain't worth a dime. Watch the video.
The will of the American people also elected Donald Trump to be the president of the United States in the 2016 election, and there's one party that can't seem to get over it. Professor Gerhardt, you gave money to Barack Obama, right?
My family did, yes.
4 times?
That sounds about right. Yes.
Mr. Feldman wrote articles entitled, Trump's wiretap tweets raise risk of impeachment. He then wrote, Mar-a-Lago ad belongs in impeachment file. And then Mr. Jake Flanagan wrote in Quartz, a Harvard law professor thinks Trump could be impeached over fake news accusations. You write an article entitled, It's Hard to Take Impeachment Seriously Now.
Yes, I did write that article.
And in that article, did you write, hold on, I'm limited on time.
So, did
you write, since the 2018 midterm election, House Democrats have made it painfully clear that discussing impeachment is primarily or even exclusively a tool to weaken President Trump's chances in 2020. Did you write those words? Professor Carlin, you gave $2,000, or you gave $1,000 to Elizabeth Warren, right?
I believe so.
You gave $1,200 to Barack Obama?
I have no reason to question that.
And you gave $2,000 to Hillary Clinton? Have you ever been on a podcast called Versus Trump?
I think I was on a live panel that the people who ran the podcast called Versus Trump.
Excuse me, you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also suggest that when you invoke the president's son's name here, when you try to make a little joke out of referencing Barron Trump, that does not lend credibility to your argument. It makes you look mean. It makes you look like you're attacking someone's family, the minor child of the President of the United States. So let's see if we can get into the facts. To all of the witnesses, If you have personal knowledge of a single material fact in the Schiff report, please raise your hand. And let the record reflect no personal knowledge of a single fact.
This ain't enough. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If you have a functioning brain and you are looking at this proceeding, you are looking at them try to impeach a duly elected president who was on the phone. They ain't not trying to impeach him with the Russia stuff and none of that. That's going out the window because they've been found to be unsubstantial. They want to go to the call on with the Ukraine president. The Ukraine president said, I was not pressured. There's no quid pro quo. You heard what Stefanik said, and one of the witnesses that spoke to the president, that he talked to the president on the phone. There was no there. The president said, I don't want nothing from him. I just want him to do his job. So not only is President Trump denying it, the president of the Ukraine is denying it. Everybody and their mama know that the funds were withheld because of the fear of corruption. The Ukraine government didn't even know that funds were being withheld. They didn't even know it. How you gonna do a quid pro quo with yourself? How you gonna do a quid pro quo with somebody and they don't know they're involved in a quid pro quo? That does not work. We know that the money was released without any conditions, without Ukraine doing anything for the money. It was released because the president and people around him said it's okay to release the money. We trust the Ukraine president that he's gonna do what's right with your tax dollars. So the president released it. Nobody hears about this until the election time is coming around and they need something to impeach the president on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a witch hunt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hoax. All they want to do is impeach the president. They know he's not going to be removed in the Senate because they would need 20 Republicans to vote to remove him in the Senate. Not going to happen. If he's not removed in the Senate, he's going to finish out his term as a duly elected president, and he's going to run in 2020 and win. They're going to have to try to impeach him all over again. Let me give you this quick fact, and I'm out of here, I promise. So a quick fact is that even if they impeach him, they can't remove him from office. In 2020, when he win again, they're going to have to go through an entirely new process to try to impeach President Trump again so that he don't have 4 more years. And they don't have enough information to do that. And they cannot use the same stuff they tried to impeach him with the first time. They're going to have new information. Meanwhile, President Trump is putting, I don't know how many judges on the bench. President Trump is doing everything he said he was going to do. Now the American people have evidence that the president can actually do things that can benefit this country. The Democrats have no chance. They have no candidates. If you watch any of my videos, you've seen that the Democrats are unhinged at this point. But anyway, this video could be an hour. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think B. Tatum tripping, or do y'all agree that the Democrats have lost their minds? Nancy Pelosi in particular. Share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can get notifications anytime I go live. Make sure you bookmark this page. Also check your spam and make sure they're not sending my videos to your spam. Visit The Officer Tatum. The link is in the description section. I love you guys, man. I'll see you on the next one, man. I'm out.